Hello and welcome back to Ultima 7, the Black Gate and Forge of Virtue. So we have arrived at the Lycaeum after being accosted by Frank the Fox. There's, well, as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of reading in this episode. So, just FYI, I guess. Let's start off in here, actually, see who we got on this side. You see your old friend Mariah. Surely thou dost recognize thy old companion Mariah. Yes, does thou not recognize me? She pauses, glaring at you. But who art thou, and where are my pastries? Job? She smiles. I have a very important job, I do. Are not those shelves lovely? So neat and orderly. She looks back at you. What? Be careful. The inkwells are full, and the quills are sharp. She giggles. What? Mariah? Quills. Oh yes, they're quite sharp. Always there when one needs to scribe a missive. They do an excellent job of having many ready at a moment's notice. Who's they? Yes, they do. Her face turns sad. But I only sell. You must be a mage. Yes, she agrees. I do indeed sell. I even spell. In fact, I even sell spells. But if thou desirest reagents, thou art out of luck, for I only sell those during one of the 7 weekdays. Wouldst thou like to know which day? What a lovely set of books thou must have. I have just the item for thee to match thy shelves. A potion. If thou wilt buy a spell or reagent for me, I will sell thee a potion for only its normal price. Okay, yeah, which day? Why, today! Thou art in luck. Buy a spell. Which circle art thou interested in? Nothing right now, because I forgot to take a look and see where we first have openings. Okay, tell me of these inkwells. They are always so full and ready for use. They are so good about keeping them filled and clean. They? Yes, they do. Her face turns sad. But I only sell. Okay. And potions on shelves. Are not they the neatest, most orderly, and well-kept shelves thou hast seen? They do an excellent job of maintaining them. They? Yes, they do. Her face turns sad. But I only sell. Okay, got it. Alright. Bye, Mariah. Certainly, come back any time and buy. She said buy, but it was spelled B-U-Y. Pretty clever for a crazy mage. Okay, got a couple books here. Let's see who's in bed, though. Oh, I guess we could take a look here, too. Okay, so we have everything in first, second, third, fourth. We need a couple 5th level spells, so that's what we'll get from Mariah, because we don't have a ton of gold at the moment. Anyways, let's awaken whoever this is. You see a woman who meets your gaze with an icy stare. Name. I am Zelda. Job. I am the advisor at the Lycaeum. Advisor? Yes, she says. My job is to manage and regulate the events in the Lycaeum. And, she adds, provide assistance to the people here in Moonglow when they need it. Townspeople? I have little time for this, she sighs. I know only the Lycaeum head and his twin, Brian, at all well. The trainer also studies here in the Lycaeum. She looks up at the ceiling, as if reading from an invisible overhead list. Thou dost already know about Penumbra Mariah is here. If thou wishest to know about a member of the Fellowship, ask the clerk there. Otherwise, she eyes you coldly. Let me return to my duties. As an afterthought, she adds, and keep thy voice down. People are trying to read. Well, we're in your bedroom. Trainer? Jillian? She's very well behaved. Also quiet and tidy. I believe she's an excellent scholar. If thou art going to seek her out, try not to overturn any shelves. Well, yeah. Some new books have just arrived, and I have not finished placing all of them. New books? Yes, they arrived not long ago, including the recently rediscovered copy of Demaria and Spector's work. The Avatar Adventures. If thou canst avoid creating too much of a disturbance, I recommend it to thee. Avatar Adventures? If I tell thee this last thing, wilt thou depart so I may return to my job? I'm going to say no. Fine. Okay, we're going back in. Job. Advisor. Townspeople. Oh, I don't get it anymore. Okay, shoot. Oh no, maybe I do. Trainer. There we go. New books. Avatar Adventures. Yes. We discovered the tome in the lower depths of the basement. We have no way to account for the accuracy of the contents, but have noticed many parallels between the events in the work and the events in Britannia's recent history. The book is a copy of the Avatar's diary, written about 200 years ago during his most recent visit to Britannia. Of course, she smiles sardonically, it has been annotated by others. It was recently published to give the general public more courage and confidence. And now, goodbye. So either way, that ends it. Alright, well, we still have more to ask of the townspeople. Trainer. New books. Okay, so doesn't matter. Alright, let's go. Penumbra. She shakes her head, muttering, "Why dost thou waste my time in this manner?" Looking back up at you, she says, "Penumbra is the sage who put herself into sleep 2 centuries ago. Rumor has it that only the Avatar can awaken her." Well, guess what, Zelda? Brian? Her chilly expression melts away. Brian, she says, smiling, is very open-minded and idealistic. He knows the heavens quite well. She looks up to emphasize heavens. I find him very attractive, but I do not know how to convey mine intentions. She turns away shyly. Unless, perchance, my lord wilt aid me? She asks hopefully. Wilt thou agree to tell him for me, my lord? Sure. Thank thee, my lord, thank thee, she blushes. For thy kindness, I will give thee this white potion I found once while straightening the basement. Great, thanks. White is invisibility? Question mark? I don't remember. The Lycaeum head, his twin. Nelson is very competent, although a little eccentric. I do wish he would refrain from showing off his collection of trinkets to everyone who enters the building. Him too, eh? It always makes such a commotion. Mariah. Well, they say she used to be an adept mage, but all I see is a woman who wanders around complimenting the furniture. Thou mayest speak to her if thou wishest, but I doubt she will make sense to thee. And do not disorganize the shelves while looking for her. Events. I'm in charge of maintaining the reading areas and bringing in new books. In addition, I help organize special group sessions for Jillian's tutorials and set up educational entertainment programs. And Lycaeum. She rolls her eyes. The Lycaeum is the building in which thou dost stand. It is a great library designed to house a wealth of knowledge. Though the structure has changed a bit over the past 200 years, the essence of learning has not. Okay, bye. Good day. Okay, what's with the ring? Just a regular old ring, eh? Krennis total body workout. We read that, excuse me. The Apothecary's Desk reference. I think we've read, I recognize the author. By Fetsuo. It is the author's expectation that thou art reading this to familiarize thyself with the effects of various... Yeah, different potions. Bromner's Flora. The Accidents of Armory by Lee. This book on heraldry not only describes various houses for ease of recognition, but also demonstrates elements used in their conception. Thus, this book will also permit the reader to formalize an heraldic symbol of his own. That was this, right? Yeah. The Intrinsic Complexities of Investigating a New Species of Flora in the Land of Britannia by Perrin. This scientific journal describes with examples the process by which one studies plant life. The book is divided into multiple sections, one for the layman and one for the hobby. We've read this. I was almost done anyways. Okay, nothing. Really? Nothing in here for us, eh, Zelda? Alright, let's get some spells at least. Take a break from the dialogue and or reading. Okay, so we'll get fit. So we've got Great Heal, Invisibility, Fire Field, Mass Sleep, Explosion, and Dispel Field. I don't know what that means we're missing. Let's see. Whoops. Job. Quills. A. Cell. Which day? And 5th. Visibility and Charm? Oh, Dance. Let's start here. I already have that. 5th. Charm. And I think the other one must be Dance, because I don't recognize that at all. No. Great. Let's see. Let's just check in on our gold. Not a ton. Yeah. So we won't go get the 6th level spells yet. Who we got over here? Are you Nelson? Yeah, you are. Salutations, Lugan. Name. Now mayst call me Nelson. Thought so. Job. I am the Lycaeum head here in Moonglow, but, he leans close to you, mine assistant Zelda does most of the work. Zelda, yes, we met her. She's an excellent assistant. The Lycaeum has never performed better. However, she's a little too stern, I believe, and he leans in again. I think she is quite beautiful. Beautiful. Dost thou not agree? I am flushed whenever her fair presence passes by. But, he holds up his index finger, I fear she does not share a mutual attraction, and she is far too serious for me to feel comfortable with a proposal. Okay, yeah, well, bad news, bud. She's got it for your twin brother. Oh. Oh, well. Oh, well. He shrugs in an attempt at indifference. She was not truly important anyway. Wonder if I should have done that. I don't actually remember how that's all supposed to play out. Stern. She's put an extraordinary amount of time and effort into ensuring the activities in this edifice happen smoothly. And, he adds, she takes it personally when they do not. Yeah, that sounds accurate. Moonglow. I love the island and the people. Mostly the people. Tell me of the people. Hast thou met my twin brother? He heads the observatory here, and somewhere in the Lycaeum thou canst find Mariah. Sadly, she is not well up here. He touches his head. Jillian, the sage, also studies here in the Lycaeum. A good person to see about other residents of Moonglow would be the bartender at the Friendly Knave. Fiercy knows almost all of us here on the island. Oh, and thou must not forget the legend of Penumbra. 'Twas 200 years ago she cast herself into a deep slumber. Now that I think about it, Lugan, thou art the one she predicted would awaken her. Better hasten, my lord, he chuckles. Yeah, tell me about Penumbra. Interestingly enough, no one has ever discovered how to enter her house. I believe those mysterious signs on the door require one to have specific items to place next to the plaques. Yeah. The first one referenced a hammer. Fiercy? That one keeps up on his politics, or rather his gossip, he says, grinning. If thou dost want to learn about a resident of Moonglow, visit him. Jillian. She rarely has time for visitors, but I know she takes on students every now and then. Mariah. She was once an adept mage, but ever since the wizards began losing their faculties, she followed suit. And your twin. His name is Brian. People often mistake us for each other, but I think we are nothing alike. He got all the looks and the brains. That's what he said about you. That's nice, you guys. Alright, well, I gotta run. Of course thou mayest have free reign of the building, but first, he grins, let me show thee my bookstand? This solid brass bookstand has a matching overhanging candle holder for late-night exploration in literature. I invented it myself. That's nice. Your bookmark. This, he says, holding a solid gold sheet shaped like a maple leaf. I purchased at an auction for only half of its value. Your quill holder. He shows you a serpent-shaped oaken quill holder. This I picked up while traveling through, thou canst guess it, Serpent's Hold. But he appears puzzled. I could have sworn the matching letter opener was here as well. How odd. Okay. And your book. He gingerly pulls out a leather-bound tome from his robe. He removes a handkerchief and meticulously wipes away the dust. This was given to me by Lord British himself. See, 'tis the first edition. The book he carefully places in your palms is very old, and the gold leaf plating on the title has been almost entirely rubbed off. Turning the book right side up, you can read the title, Stranger in a Strange Land. Nothing. Bye. Good day, my lord. Thou, of course, dost have free rein of the Lycaeum. Oh, look, there's your bookmark. There's the book. We read this. This must be the lamp. Alright. Oh! Gavel. I wonder if a gavel is a hammer. We'll take it and give it a try since we're here. Anyways, let's read. Trees and Then Some by Ben. Ben! We know Ben. Previously titled My Life as a Woodcutter, this classic volume pleased readers more than 2 centuries ago. Much of it reads like a journal, with humorous commentary added by the author between groups of entries. Day 7. Today received yet another order for more logs. Day 11. I am amazed at how frequently people are requesting my services. Yeah. Oh, this is, yeah, we've read that for sure. Here's like a half-hidden book. Gargoyle Like Me by Dorok. Within this work lies a fascinating novel of a human who poses as a gargoyle to view what life is like from the Gargish point of view. The story is a remarkable mix of historical and entertaining facts that from encounters with many gargoyles. A particular emphasis of the work is the importance of the gargoyle family structure, as there is no evidence of gargoyles having a gender. It is odd how close father gargoyles maintain a relationship with their presumably adopted sons. The attitude seems similar to that of how the more intelligent winged gargoyles treat the wingless. There is an air of condescension, but the feelings of care still exist, as if the wingless were children must be protected and watched over by the winged. I think that's a reference to the book Black Like Me, if I remember correctly from high school, which was about somebody, I think like dyeing their skin black and then going to experience life in the South. I could be wrong about that, but that's what it is reminding me of. That is Stranger in a Strange Land. Oh, that's the quill. Oh, there's the letter opener. So special about the letter opener. You just misplaced it. A Baker's Handbook by Settler. The fundamentals for baking all come from knowledge of how to perform one simple task, baking bread. If thou art able to do that, thou canst bake anything, from meat pies to tarts for thy guests. It is important to set the flour first upon the table. Many bakers prefer to manipulate the dough on the hearth itself, but I prefer preheating the hearth. It makes it far more thorough. It makes for more thorough baking, so that is not possible. To the flour, add water and mix until the two are well combined. The dough should be damp enough to be kneaded easily, but should not be runny. It should not be runny. Now is the time to place the dough on the hearth and bake it. After but a few minutes, thou wilt have quite tasty bread to eat. Now the next item will prove a true treat for thy loved ones. What else we got? Ultima, the Avatar Adventures by Ozzel Demaria and Caroline Spector. Within the pages of this tome are the details of the many adventurous exploits of the Avatar. Did we read this? I think we have. Murder by Mong Bat, we have read. Okay, what else we got on the main floor here? Oof, whole room full of books. Let's check the desk first. Nothing. Alright, here we go. Weaving by Carlin. This is a complete source book for a variety of patterns. Included are patterns for clothing, blankets, quilts, and sheets. The introduction even includes a section on weaving one's own cloth. Take the bale of wool and stretch it out across the wheel to make the thread. Once that is done, pull the thread across the loom and begin weaving. Shortly thou wilt have a nice stretch of cloth from which thou canst make a variety of useful things. For variation, use different colored threads on the loom to create exciting patterns. So you can, I believe, actually do that in the game. Use the loom to make cloth or something like that. And perhaps bake bread too? I've never done either, but that baking book was written in the same way. So I think you can bake bread. I don't know for sure. Alright, what else we got? What Could Be Left But the Ashes by N. Flames. Herein are the many essays covering an in-depth study of the aftermath of a volcanic eruption. The work was extensively researched and is filled with testimonials from many a survivor. The most interesting story is told by Fendora, a young woman from Minok who claims to have experienced a volcanic eruption near every one of the 5 towns in which she has lived. Up is Out by Goodfellow. Herein is discussed the most current theories on gravity and mass. After years of study and research, the author finally put the fruits of his labor down in the pages of this tome, which includes his discussion on falling apples. Follow the Stars by Lornan. Oh, we know that. We've read that. Land Ships by Equinestra. Not only does this extensive tome describe the many riding beasts in Britannia, but it also discusses riding styles and techniques. In addition, it addresses the reasons for the popularity of carts, explaining why so few people choose to continue riding horses. The final chapter covers flying carpets and how they will ultimately replace all non-magical means of travel. So a flying carpet is non-magical? Okay. The Weight Stuff by Perrin. Can't tell if that's an A or an R. Within these pages is found a treatise on the value of literacy and proper writing skills. The first few chapters briefly discuss the various elements of good literature. The subsequent text analyzes the qualities of the elements to determine why they are integral to quality literature. The essay ends with a description of the process by which a promising writer can apply what has been learned to construct better prose. Shoot, I keep losing track of where I am. Thy Message Received by Forlem, translated by Jillian. Forlem, we know Forlem. He was one of the gargoyles in Vesper? Question mark? Within this diary is revealed the poor treatment of the gargoyle race since the return of the Codex 2 centuries ago. To have noticed that humans remain uncomfortable with us. They have given us our own island to populate, but is this gift designed to keep us segregated? To have wondered why so few gargoyles leave Turfin. To have no more doubts, having lived in Vesper. To see the hatred for our race. Oh, we've read this actually. The Transitive Vampire by Karen Elizabeth Gordon. This richly detailed tome is a handbook of grammar for the innocent, the eager, and the doomed. Birds of Britannia. I don't know if we've read this. Bound here is the comprehensive guide to the avian species, beautifully and colorfully illustrated by many different artists. Surprising to many is that the silver-winged farsalot is not the most prevalent bird in Britannia, though arguably the most visible. Far more popular is the black-tipped grackle, but its predilection for dark, cool areas makes it considerably less visible. Mempto Rays, a qualitative study in metaparaphysical radiation by Mempto. Despite Felcrodon's theory of 0335, there are indeed rays of energy that constantly bombard Britannia. In fact, these very same rays permeate of all the known space between Britannia and the stars. Recent experiments have proven my theory that these rays, known hereafter as Mempto rays, are lethal to all non-living matter. In fact, Mempto rays have demonstrated their ability numerous times, once killing an entire boulder in a matter of a few hours. It is my recommendation, so they kill all non-living matter. That's funny. The level of detail I'd really just find incredible. There's so many books. That's why we're going through and reading them all. And I just think in contrast to some of the later RPGs where the same books seem to get recycled quite a bit. And obviously they're getting recycled here too, but the difference in whatever it is, 25, 30 years is, I don't know, just really find it interesting. And you get all those fun little references that I'm probably missing a bunch of too. Anyways, that's basically floor 1 of the Lycaeum. We will call it there and finish off the rest of it here next time. See you then.